Alright, so we're here at the visitor center at the park, at the Pilanesberg Park. We've just done a little bit of bouncing around on the trails. It's been pretty cool, gotta say. We saw a couple giraffes in the distance. We caught sight of hippo, you know, just sort of lounging around. 2 hippos, I think. And then some birds. Let's see, we also saw some zebra. By and large, just, you know, wildlife at a distance, with the exception of a big group of impala. And we kind of sat in this group of impala for, I don't know, must have been 5 minutes, and just listened to them eat and watching them and everything. And then we came here to the visitor center, and we got to see a couple of impala having a little bit of a duel. It was an actual fight, and the aggressor did not win. So pretty impressive stuff. I don't know, altogether it's going to be a pretty fun day, I think. We're going to run a couple of loops. Here, let me get the microphone out of shadow. We're going to run a couple of loops, just sort of down towards a little river, and then we're going to make our way back up here and probably return here for lunch. But it was nice. We were actually able to get some nice little breakfast sandwiches, which were very tasty, and had some coffee, and sort of a good place to relax, especially given that we got here at 6 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, it's a great day and a lot of fun. So we're back at the visitor center. We just finished having a nice lunch. Those two had grilled cheese sandwiches, and I think I went for some kind of wrap with tzatziki sauce. Anyway, really tasty. It was nice to get a little bit of a break. I guess we're now at about hour 6 in the park. We did take kind of an interesting loop. We hit the top of a ridge and found a great lookout, and we thought we had seen rhino sort of down in the river valley, roughly approximating the location of the lake. There's a lake with a dam at one end of it, but at the far end from the dam we were tracing along the road and thought that we had seen a couple rhino down there. So we figured, okay, what the heck, you know, let's go down there, check it out and see if we see them. And we drove back and forth on that road probably for about 45 minutes, and you know, obviously looking out for, you know, as much as we could, but there was really no evidence of rhino that we could speak of. So anyway, we kept on cruising along, ended up stopping at a good observation point for the lake, ended up doing a little bit of bird watching. Looks like the hippos have made it down into the water. You know, peak of the day, probably want to cool off. And then we ran into kind of a mob of wildebeest and impala, which was great. Caught that on the GoPro as we were gliding on through. And then we decided, what the heck, you know, let's stop for lunch. And now we're gonna head out. There's 2 loops that we're going to do. One that's a little bit longer than the other. You know, we'd love to see rhino, we'd love to see lion, we'd love to see spotted hyena. Be great if we could see jackal, but who knows? You know, there's no way to plan this stuff. You really don't know where the animals are going to be. But I think we're probably going to stick it out here for the remainder of the day. So anyway, that's the day.